Imagine scrolling through Instagram, and everywhere you look, Balenciaga triple S sneakers, hourglass bags, and bizarre towel skirts flooding feeds, yet nobody's buying. Once the crown jewel of street luxury hype, Balenciaga's exclusivity has evaporated overnight. The Triple S, which once sold out in minutes and made influencers untouchable, now collects dust on secondary markets. The meme-heavy towel skirt that went viral, oversaturated, overhyped, undervalued. This is the story of a brand that symbolized status, rebellion, and edge, and is now facing a collapse few saw coming. From city streets to resale platforms, the mystique is gone, leaving collectors confused and trend followers wary. The secondary market tells a story of desperation. Sellers slashing prices, buyers scrolling past with indifference. The question on everyone's lips: how did Balenciaga fall so fast? Was it oversaturation, identity confusion, or simply chasing the next viral trend without respecting timeless design? The answer is more complex and more devastating than you might think. In this breakdown, we rank 8 Balenciaga pieces that show exactly how the brand went from elite to everyday. From the worst flop to the sole survivor of relevance, each item tells a story of hype, collapse, and a lesson about luxury culture. These aren't just products, they're case studies in brand psychology, consumer behavior, and the dangerous intersection of social media and luxury goods. Stick around because number 1 will shock you. It's the only Balenciaga that hints at a second wind, a glimmer of the prestige the brand used to command. Let's dive in. Number 8. Balenciaga towel skirt. We're starting at rock bottom, and trust me, this bottom is deep. The towel skirt wasn't just a fashion piece, it was a statement, a rebellion, a middle finger to conventional luxury. Influencers wore it poolside, at gallery openings, in urban jungles. It screamed, "I'm bold enough to wear this, and you're not." For a brief moment, it worked. The fashion press ate it up. Social media exploded. People debated whether it was genius or absurd. And in luxury, controversy often equals currency. But here's the brutal truth. Novelty has a shelf life, and this one expired faster than milk in the desert sun. What once felt daring quickly became a punchline. The internet turned it into a meme. TikTok users joked about DIY versions using actual towels from Target. The mystique crumbled in real time, pixel by pixel. Now, resale platforms are flooded with towel skirts selling for a fraction of their original $900, $1,200 price tags. Sellers are desperate, slashing prices weekly. Buyers have moved on to the next thing, leaving these pieces in digital limbo. It's like a TikTok song that went viral for a week, then disappeared into the void. Or worse, luxury fast food, a gimmick that tasted good for a second but left you empty, regretting the calories and the cost. The kind of purchase you hide in the back of your closet and hope your friends forget you ever made. The emotional shift is devastating. From "I'm a trendsetter" to "what was I thinking?" From confidence to embarrassment in record time. And if you thought novelty was the biggest trap Balenciaga fell into, wait until you see the next hoodie. Number 7. Balenciaga Miami exclusive hoodie. Hyper limited drops, local exclusivity, the promise of insider status. The Miami exclusive hoodie was designed for one thing: scarcity. If you had it, you were part of an elite circle. You were there. You knew. You belonged to something the rest of the world couldn't access. And for about 3 months, that strategy actually worked. Early adopters felt special. Resale listings commanded premium prices from FOMO-driven buyers in other cities. The hoodie represented geographic exclusivity in an increasingly digital world. But here's the paradox of niche hype. It doesn't scale. And when it doesn't scale, it dies a slow, lonely death. Outside, Miami's core fashion circles, nobody cared. The broader market looked at the hoodie and shrugged. The design wasn't groundbreaking. The quality, while good, wasn't exceptional enough to justify the hype. Sure, some resale listings hit $2,000, but those were outliers, relics of initial FOMO. Most, they languished at $450, stuck in limbo between irrelevance and overpricing. Sellers couldn't move them. Buyers couldn't justify them. It's like owning a rare coin nobody collects, or investing in a mid-tier growth stock that promised the moon but never delivered. You're holding an asset with perceived value. but no real buyers. The exclusivity that was supposed to be your advantage became your prison. The emotional journey? From "I'm an elite insider" to "this is too obscure for anyone to care." From pride to isolation. Scarcity without desirability is just loneliness in luxury form. And that loneliness, it spreads to the brand itself. Sneakers were next to feel the blow. Number 6, Balenciaga. Runner sneakers. The runner sneakers were supposed to be the next big thing. Streetwear meets high fashion. A statement piece for the hype enthusiasts who wanted something fresher, edgier, more now than the Triple S. Something that hadn't been worn to death by every influencer and their cousin. And for a moment, a beautiful, fleeting moment, they were. Early adopters loved the sleek design. The colorways felt fresh. The silhouette hit differently. It was Balenciaga trying to evolve, to stay ahead of the curve they'd created. But then the market flooded. Restocks happened. Availability increased. The exclusivity vanished like smoke in a hurricane. And with it went the desire. Pre-owned runners now regularly sell 30–40% below retail. You could pay $150 for a fresh pair, or grab a barely worn version for $695. The choice is obvious, and it's killing the brand's pricing power. It's like a tech IPO that launched with hype, then flatlined when everyone realized the fundamentals weren't there. Or a remix of a hit song that got overplayed until everyone skipped it reflexively. You know it when you hear the first note, and you immediately reach for the next button. The emotional shift is brutal. From "I'm an edge setter" to "this is just common wear." From special to ordinary in 6 months flat. When everyone can have it, nobody wants it. It's the fundamental law of luxury, and Balenciaga forgot it. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared the market for the Triple S collapse. 5. Balenciaga Triple S sneakers. The Triple S wasn't just a sneaker. It was a cultural moment, a phenomenon, a turning point in fashion history. It was the shoe that made chunky cool. The shoe that said, "I have money, I have taste, and I don't care what you think." The shoe that launched 1,000 imitators and spawned an entire aesthetic movement. Celebrities wore them, influencers posed in them, resellers flipped them for double retail, sometimes triple, for a brief, glorious moment. The Triple S was untouchable, the pinnacle of street luxury convergence. It was Balenciaga's masterpiece, and then they destroyed it. And then it became touchable, too touchable. So touchable it hurt. Logo fatigue set in like a disease. The ubiquitous presence killed the exclusivity. Walking through any major city, New York, London, Paris, Tokyo, you'd see Triple S sneakers everywhere. On finance bros trying to look edgy, on teenagers spending their parents' money, on people who clearly bought them just to fit in, not because they actually loved them. The shoes became a uniform, and uniforms are the opposite of luxury. Resale platforms became graveyards. Listings piled up like tombstones. Prices dropped weekly. Heavy markdowns became the norm, not the exception. Sellers got desperate, buyers got picky. It's like a summer hit that everyone skipped after 2 weeks, or a once-rare trading card that's now in every binder, worthless and forgotten. The card that used to be your pride and joy, now just taking up space. The emotional devastation is complete. From must-have luxury to everyone has one, so why bother? From status symbol to status quo. The Triple S taught the market a brutal lesson. Hype without scarcity is just noise. And noise eventually becomes silence. Before we continue, let's pause and recognize the pattern forming before our eyes. The real culprit isn't a single item. It's Balenciaga's obsession with viral, oversaturated, meme-driven pieces. Every flop, every slow-moving drop, every collapse in resale value points to one fatal mistake: chasing visibility over timeless desirability, chasing Instagram likes over collector loyalty, chasing the next viral moment over the next generation of brand equity. The brand that once curated scarcity now manufactures hype, and hype, as we've seen in devastating detail, has a brutal expiration date. It's a strategic failure at the highest level. Someone in Balenciaga's boardroom chose virality over value, chose quantity over quality, chose the fast money over the long game, and now they're paying the price. If you're deep into this breakdown, smash that like button, because understanding Balenciaga's fall is a masterclass in luxury strategy. These lessons apply beyond fashion to any premium brand navigating the social media age. The principles are universal. The mistakes are instructive. Now let's keep going. Bags also felt the blow, but some designs tried to resist. 4. Balenciaga Hourglass Bag. The Hourglass bag was Instagram gold, liquid gold even, structured, sculptural, instantly recognizable from 100 feet away. Influencers posed with it in Santorini, in Soho, in the back seat of luxury cars with champagne. It was the visual shorthand for "I've arrived," the bag that said you'd made it without saying a word. For a season, maybe two, it worked beautifully. The design was striking, the silhouette was unique, the brand equity was still strong enough to carry it. Early adopters felt sophisticated, discerning, ahead of the curve. But trends move fast, and the Hourglass couldn't keep up with its own success. Oversupply killed its mystique. Too many releases, too many colorways, too many variations on the same theme, too many people carrying the same bag, thinking they were unique, walking past each other with identical accessories. The illusion of exclusivity shattered. Resale now hovers around 55% of retail, a far cry from the premium prices classic bags command. Demand is soft, like overripe fruit. Interest is lukewarm, like coffee left out too long. It's like a mid-cap stock that lost its hype after earnings missed expectations, or a limited edition sneaker that became too available, erasing the limited part entirely and leaving just edition, which means nothing. The emotional shift is quiet but devastating. From "this shows I have taste" to "meh, I've seen it everywhere." From personal expression to mass production. When your statement piece becomes everyone's statement piece, it stops being a statement. It becomes background noise. In the visual landscape of luxury, the knife cut even deeper for collectors who thought they knew better. 3. Balenciaga Knife Bag. The knife bag was a cult classic, sharp, edgy, unconventional in all the right ways. Early adopters loved it with a passion bordering on obsession. Resale values were strong, sometimes exceeding retail. It felt like owning something truly special, something that signaled insider knowledge and impeccable taste. This was the bag for people who actually understood fashion, not just followed it. The bag that separated the connoisseurs from the consumers. But meme culture is a double-edged sword, appropriate given the name. The design became a punchline. Fashion Twitter had a field day. The appeal narrowed from edgy and cool to weird and try-hard. What was once edgy became quirky, then niche, then irrelevant. Resale prices became erratic. Some listings desperately high, clinging to past glory. Others desperately low, sellers just trying to recoup something. The market didn't know what to do with it anymore. It's like a fad asset that swings wildly, leaving investors confused and hesitant. Or a quirky collector's item that seemed cool for a minute, then got old fast. The thing you bought because you thought you were different, only to realize different doesn't always mean valuable. The emotional journey is painful. From "I own a statement piece" to "I own a niche curiosity no one understands." From validation to explanation. Exclusivity without demand is just isolation. You're special, but you're alone. And being alone with an expensive bag is just sad. Even new aspirational bags struggled, like the Rodeo. A 2. Balenciaga Rodeo Bag. The Rodeo bag arrived with fanfare, trumpets, and social media teasers. This was supposed to be the next it bag, the piece that would reclaim Balenciaga's throne, the design that would remind everyone why this brand mattered, why it commanded premium prices, why it deserved its place in fashion history. But timing is everything in luxury, and Balenciaga's timing was catastrophically off. Too many releases chasing trends, fragmentation of desirability across too many SKUs. The market was exhausted, skeptical, wary of another overhyped drop that would flood resale platforms within months. Brand fatigue had set in. Resale was lukewarm at best. Turnover was slow, like molasses in winter. The bag existed in a strange limbo. Not a flop, but not a success either. The kind of product that doesn't make headlines, positive or negative. It's like a seasonal special that promised to become permanent, then quietly disappeared from the menu. Or a product launch that generated buzz, but no loyalty. People talked about it for a week, then forgot it existed. The emotional reality is crushing. From "this will be a status symbol" to "this is just another mid-tier collectible." From anticipation to apathy. When anticipation meets apathy, the brand loses more than sales. It loses trust, and trust in luxury is everything. It's the foundation. Without it, you're just selling expensive things to people who don't really want them. And now, the only Balenciaga still holding some ground. 1. Balenciaga Le City bag. Here it is, the survivor. The piece that reminds us what Balenciaga once was and could be again. The Le City bag is timeless. No gimmicks, no memes, no desperate grabs at virality, no influencer campaigns that feel forced and inauthentic, just exceptional design, impeccable craftsmanship, and the kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need Instagram validation. This is the bag that built Balenciaga's reputation in the first place. While trend-driven pieces collapsed around it like dominoes, the Le City held steady. Resale values remain strong, 60–75% plus of retail, with consistent collector interest spanning generations. People who bought this bag 10 years ago still carry it with pride. People who buy it today know it'll still look good in another decade. It's the dividend stock in a portfolio of speculative garbage, the classic coin that appreciates while trendy tokens crash and burn. The timeless track that never leaves rotation. The song your grandchildren will still recognize. The emotional shift here is different, from whisper to lasting statement, from hype to heritage, from look at me to if you know, you know. This is the rare survivor of Balenciaga's fall, the piece that proves legacy design beats viral moments every single time. And it's the glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, Balenciaga can find its way back to what made it legendary in the first place. If they're smart, they'll study this bag. They'll remember what it represents. They'll understand that the future of luxury isn't in memes, but in mastery. Balenciaga's recent collapse is a cautionary tale for the entire luxury industry and beyond. The brand that once symbolized risk, edge, and exclusive culture is now a warning of what happens when hype overtakes heritage. Oversaturation, logo fatigue, chasing every viral moment without thinking about tomorrow. These strategies created a market where trend-driven pieces are disposable, where yesterday's must-have becomes today's regret. And the market has responded with brutal efficiency. Collectors and aspirational buyers alike are recalibrating their entire approach to luxury. The triple S, the towel skirt, the knife bag. They're all reminders that luxury cannot rely solely on memes or hype. They're lessons written in depreciated resale values and abandoned listings. Only pieces that offer intrinsic design value and scarcity survive. The Le City bag proves it. While everything else crumbled, this classic endured. While everything else chased trends, this piece created them. Looking ahead, the luxury market may pivot entirely. Quiet luxury and scarcity-driven releases could reclaim prestige from the ashes of hype culture. Brands that resist overproduction, respect heritage, and cultivate subtlety will emerge stronger. For Balenciaga, the question isn't just what to drop next, but how to regain trust and desirability. Can they course correct? Can they remember what made them iconic in the first place? Can they resist the siren song of viral marketing and return to the fundamentals of exceptional design? The answers will define not just Balenciaga's future, but the future of luxury itself. The key takeaway? In a world of fast virality, timelessness wins. If you want to understand which pieces will retain value, influence culture, and define status, watch closely how Balenciaga navigates its next moves. Watch how they respond to this crisis of identity. The collapse is dramatic, but the lessons for collectors, brands, and trendsetters are even bigger. This is about more than fashion. It's about identity, legacy, and the psychology of desire. It's about what we value, why we value it, and how easily that value can evaporate when chasing the wrong things. The luxury market is watching. Collectors are watching. The entire fashion industry is watching to see if Balenciaga can rise from the ashes or if this is the end of an era. Subscribe to Lux Crisis for more deep dives into the rise and fall of luxury, because knowing what's hype versus what lasts is the ultimate power move.